Our maidservant pushed my pregnant wife down the stairs until she bled and lost our unborn twins. A month later, we heard how karma patiently dealt with her. Here's my painful story. A day I'd never forget in my life. 4 years ago, my wife and I were expecting twins. They would have been our first children after years of trying. We were happy. Our home would have finally felt alive again. Baby clothes everywhere, little names picked out, dreams waiting to come true. But behind those dreams, jealousy was quietly watching us. Her name was Rita, our maidservant. She'd been working for us for a little over a year, quiet, respectful, always pretending to be kind. But there was something about her eyes I never trusted. They lingered too long. It started with small things, unnecessary compliments, little touches when she brought me tea, and constant comparisons between herself and my wife. I always kept my distance. I made it clear, I loved my wife and I wasn't interested in anything else with her. From that day, something in her changed. She started acting weird. Then one morning, everything shattered. I was on a business trip, 3 months away. I had promised to come back before Grace's due date. She was 7 months pregnant, glowing, full of hope. That day she called me, her voice full of life. "Honey, the baby's kicked again. I can't wait for you to feel it." Those were the last happy words I heard from her for a very long time. That afternoon I got a call that froze my blood. Our neighbor's voice was shaking. "David, come home. Something's happened to Grace." When I arrived, I saw her in the hospital, pale, broken, tubes everywhere. She was unconscious. The doctors said she had fallen down the stairs, suffered internal bleeding, and lost both babies. My wife, my everything, had lost our twins. When she finally woke up 2 days later, her first words were not about herself. She whispered, "David, she pushed me." Rita. Grace told me that Rita had followed her up the stairs that day while she was carrying laundry. They had exchanged words, something about Grace reminding her to clean the guest room. Then, in one sudden moment, Rita shoved her from behind. She said it was a joke, that she thought Grace would catch herself. But no one laughs when someone loses their children. Before anyone could confront her, Rita packed her things and disappeared. She didn't answer calls. She didn't return messages. She left like smoke in the wind, without a trace. I sat by my wife's bedside for days. She wouldn't eat, wouldn't speak. Sometimes I'd catch her holding her stomach, whispering the names we had chosen, Noah and Gracie. And I cried, because I knew no words could ever bring them back. We had shown Rita kindness. We fed her, paid her, treated her like family. And yet, jealousy made her see our happiness as an insult. My wife lost her babies, and I lost the sound of her laughter. For years passed. We slowly learned how to breathe again. Grace never conceived after that, but she learned to live with faith instead of fear. We spent our evenings in prayer, asking God to heal what no medicine could. Then one Sunday something happened. A friend of mine from church showed me a picture on his phone. He said, "David, you know this woman, right? She used to work for you, I think." When I looked closer, my heart went still. It was Rita. She looked older, tired, broken. My friend told me that her life had taken a dark turn. She'd fallen into bad company, made reckless choices, and was involved in a terrible road accident. The image of her, the same woman who once laughed in my home, was unrecognizable. I felt no joy, no triumph. Just a quiet understanding. Karma doesn't forget addresses. It just waits until the right time to knock. That night I went home and told Grace. She didn't say a word, she just closed her eyes and whispered, "May God forgive her." And I realized something. Revenge isn't always ours to take. Sometimes the universe balances itself. Sometimes the pain we release into the world circles back. Not because we wish for it, but because that's how truth restores itself. Now, whenever I walk past the staircase in our home, I pause. Not out of anger but remembrance. For the lives we lost. For the lessons we learned. And for the quiet justice that came without us asking. We never had children again. But we learned that love, even broken, still heals. And that faith is sometimes the only thing left when life takes everything else. Moral of the story. Jealousy destroys more than it gains. What you envy in others can become your downfall. Evil done in secret never stays hidden forever. Karma sees what apologies can't erase. Revenge isn't always loud, sometimes it's silent justice. Never repay kindness with cruelty. The blessings you destroy might be the ones you'll one day need. God's timing is perfect. Pain may last for a night, but truth always returns in the morning. If this story touched you, please don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our stories. Thanks for watching.